What is up, everybody? I am RenaMarq, your modern Renaissance content creator, your friendly neighborhood content creator, and welcome back to another episode of Per-Sception. We are still in season 3, and today, I have someone who's dope as fuck. Y'all ain't even gonna expect this. Y'all not even ready for this one right here. But nah, she's an amazing, super talented, I want to say business owner. I want to say entrepreneur, candle maker, candle creator, candle curator, whatever way you want to do it. And content creator. Yeah. And she's about that shit. What is up, the owner of Nicole Lajae? What is up, Alviana? What's going on?
Hey, thank you for the introduction. I love that.
No doubt.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming in and being a guest on Per-Sception. And
thank you.
How would for people who aren't familiar with you, how would you describe yourself?
So, hey y'all, Alviana. The way I would describe myself, definitely a business owner, entrepreneur. I own a candle making business, as you heard, Nicole Lajae. And I'm also a content creator. I make videos on YouTube. I'm starting to get into TikTok a little and Reels and all that. But yeah, so I do that. I edit, take photos. I kind of do everything because with my business, I do everything. So I take the pictures, I do the editing, and I do whatever. I do it all. So yeah.
She does, y'all.
That's me.
I have the pleasure of usually, like, in this industry with content creating, a lot of content creators meet like online through different means, like, some people meet through social media or TikTok or a YouTube collab or Twitch or whatever the case may be.
Right.
I had the honor to meet you first in person at DreamCon. Shout out RDC.
Yeah.
And you definitely, like, presence wise, you definitely showed creativity and just professionalism, and it was just dope. And I know when you were talking about your business and what you do in making candles and creating content, I was like, hold on, that's dope as fuck, but let's see if the product is dope. And the product is fire, quite literally. As you can see, I've been using the fuck out of this shit.
Yeah.
No, but
thank you.
Of course, but seriously, like, anytime you drop, I purchase. And honestly, y'all, like, her links would be in the description and everything. Y'all know that. And I definitely recommend. What got you into, like, you're the first person I ever met that makes, like, candles, right? Like other people I know, they may go like a clothing brand route.
Yeah.
Or they may go like, I make, painting or whatever. Like, they make something, but what made you be like, candles is the path I wanna take?
Yeah, so funnily enough, Nicole Lajae did start as like a wholesale like fashion brand.
Oh shit.
I was gonna, because I've been wanting to own a business for like years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to do. It started off as like wholesale clothing, but then I was like, oh, I don't want to like sell anything cheap or like fast fashion. And like, it's just like, it kind of didn't work out. And I wanted to be able to control like the quality of what I was selling. So I was like, okay, never mind. And then it turned into shoe customization. Ain't that crazy?
Okay.
So I was like, okay, maybe I could like, customize some shoes and like sell them to people and all that stuff. I'm not an artist, so that was not happening. And then after I had moved out to my own apartment, I had ended up like getting these cheap candles from like Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. And I really liked the vibe of them, like lighting the candle, the flame, and how it was just very calming for me.
Right.
So I looked into it and I was like, oh, okay, I could do this. I started off on Amazon, just like getting wax and stuff. And I
Okay.
made the candles. I had a lot of fun doing it, kept doing it, and learned more. And I was like, yeah, I could do this. So,
Okay, that's dope.
yeah.
Okay, that's dope. So that came from kind of like a place of like switching directions, being more in honestly being more dedicated and being more passionate because like you said, it always some people like can do the cheap route, right?
Yeah.
Like where they buy shirts in bulk, they print Michael Jordan on it and like they
Right.
sell it, right? Like and it's kind of cool that like you kind of knew how you wanted to be perceived right away and you was like, well, if I can't always guarantee a certain quality, let me find something that can. And it's cool
Yeah.
that like these candles that you make came from that place of freedom and calming, being in your own space and calming your place, like your
Yes.
presence, your bubble, and then being able to take that and bring it out into the world for us to calm our spaces and us to not only calm but also liven up our spaces because the
Yeah.
different scents and things that you create. And that's one of the biggest things I want to talk to you about too is like what when you're making these candles, because this is such a new, like this is so cool to me because like I look at some of your scents and I'd be like, how does that work? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'd be like, how does that work? Like how does those scents work together? But then like as soon as I light the candle and like the aroma fills my room up
Hmm.
and fills my house up and it's like, oh wow, like this works out really well. So how do you come up with the the or like the scents and things?
So I think first of all that space is like super important.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you set up your house, or like the feeling that you get when you get inside your house. I think is super
That's a
important.
fact.
So when it comes to making sense, I kind of just it's I know like as a business you shouldn't really like think about yourself because you're not just selling to yourself, you're selling to people.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like to sell things that like I actually would like light in my house and things that I believe in, things like scents that I think are good.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to that, I actually have this process. Everything I order, like when it comes to materials, I order online.
Okay.
So I don't get to sample and like, before I take the plunge, I can't like know
Oh
what I'm
shit.
buying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
in the beginning, especially trying to figure out what scents that I think are like fire, I would actually go to like Bath and Body Works and I would like
Feel
smell
that.
their candles
I
and I'd be
feel
like, oh, this one smells good. Flip it around. It has like scent notes at the bottom. And
that.
I'd be like, okay, I like bergamot. I like vanilla.
Okay.
I like chamomile. Okay. Like, just kind of figuring out what I liked.
Right.
And then like what I think other people would like and like based off of feedback of like, what sells and all that stuff. And so from there, I go on the manufacturer website and then like look at the scent name, the scent description, and then see them notes. And I was like, okay, bergamot on there. I'm probably gonna like that one. So
Right.
then
Okay.
buying that and then doing that. Sometimes I'll mix the scents together if I like sorry the mic, but like if I have two different scents and I'll smell them together. It's weird, and I'll be like, okay, that'll work, and then I try it.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. Okay, hold on. That's dope. So, cause like for instance, like with this one, right? This is marshmallow, cedar, and pumpkin,
Hmm.
right? And I'm like, I don't know. I just I wouldn't think to put, and it's weird because I guess like food wise, I've seen marshmallow and like pumpkin pie,
Hmm.
but I never would. I don't know. Like it's such a different, taste and smell is so different, right?
Right.
So
Hmm.
it's like you may see like, oh, pumpkin pie, marshmallow fluff, or whatever the case may be, like at Thanksgiving, and you won't think twice of it, right? But like
Hmm.
as a scent, and then like cedar in it, and that was like, what is that? Like, but like it's so cool, and like it's just cool to hear like how you go about it, and it's such a bold thing that like you kind of use like you go places and you get kind of like reference sense,
Hmm.
and then like you kind of take the plunge and like trust your intuition on what scents to get and what scents that you want to use for your candles. Does like
Hmm.
have your intuitions kind of ever like steered you wrong in scents like that in that process?
This might sound crazy, but I like
I'll talk your shit.
really trusted my intuition. Yeah, I'm talking my shit a little bit, but I really I really trust my intuition, and it almost never steers me wrong. There was this one time, like there's like this winter scent that I was trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I had bought the bottle. I even bought like the big bottle, and I didn't really vibe with it. So I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna use it.
Oh
It
shit.
smelled like really like I think it's called, what's that tree called? Like the the really tall one with the
Oh,
I guess it's a Christmas tree, huh? But like
yeah, like a pine.
super tall. Yeah.
Yeah, is
It
that a
kind of
Christmas
smelled like
tree?
that, and I was like, I don't know.
Don't judge us, y'all. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
don't judge.
don't judge us. Like, y'all don't know that tree either.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody on the comments right now. Actually, the tree is like.
If you look it up on
If you look
Wikipedia,
it,
you would know.
I have it right in my backyard. How do you not know?
Right.
Like, all right.
Relax. Um, but I never used that one. But there was a new product that I launched, like a mini bundle, and so I'm thinking that's a good way to get rid of that scent, where I could just like put it in, and maybe people will like it, and it's just like a personal thing. So it'll be good to like be able to still utilize that instead of it just sitting in my house. So
Yeah, because and like you're because sometimes like it's sometimes like you get a different vantage point in different doses, right? Like so
mhm.
buying the big bottle, you're smelling pretty much what's it called? It starts with a P, like a perfumiated
Mm,
um it's a lot of that smell in a bigger bottle.
right.
Okay, versus
Yeah.
like
Really concentrated.
right, really concentrated versus like putting it into smaller bottles and then using smaller portions in that scent, and
Right.
it could liven up two other scents that you probably are working with in this kind of third. So that's
Right.
actually cool to know, like, okay, like that your intuition your intuition and your adaptability kind of connects there. So like, you got
Yes.
something off of intuition, and even though you didn't vibe with it, boom, your adaptability as a creative kicks right in, right?
Yeah, and I think that's super important.
Hell
Like you
yeah.
gotta adapt all the time.
Hell yeah. Shit.
Some things don't work out. You just can't let it like discourage you. And it can always circle
Exactly.
around. I heard Tyler say that. Tyler the creator.
You know what I'm saying? I've been singing this song all day. Literally, it's
I
been
love
stuck
that
in my
man.
head. But like, and that's actually pretty dope. So like, talking about like intuition and adaptability and your creative sense, what made you kind of want to also do content? Because like having a business on its own is heavy, right?
Yes.
And having, I would say, I don't know how, because me, like, I'm YouTube and Twitch, right? I'm in one of the most
Mhm.
oversaturated industries ever in the modern age. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their
Right.
goddamn grandmother has a Twitch channel and they stream and this, down the third.
Mhm.
Shout out to I Love Puzzles. Um, um,
Shout out to grandma.
Shout out
Mhm.
to grandma. But like, I don't know how, and if you can enlighten this, please. I don't know how, other than like seeing like a Bath and Body Works or like Lush or some shit like that. I don't know
Haven't
how,
heard that name in a minute.
right?
Sorry.
Not talk your shit. Hold on. Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
I was a listener, so I'm like, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, talk your motherfucking shit. But like, I don't know how big or oversaturated like the candle market is, right? So like dealing with a business that deals with, to me, seems like a niche market. It might not be, to you because you're in it, but to me seems like a niche market. And then to add content on that, how do you
Yeah.
balance that?
Okay. I'm good. Okay. Sorry. One more time. What was the question?
No doubt. So like, how do you balance, being in being your a business owner and an entrepreneur, especially in what could be a niche market with candles, but also blending your intuition and your creative talent and your creative skills in with content as well? Like, how does that blend? How do you balance that?
I did want to mention this. Okay, first of all, balance is super hard, but I did start this whole thing with content creation like in like freshman year of high school.
Okay.
So I've been like making YouTube videos and stuff like that for a minute. So that actually came first.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, when it comes to like balancing, that's I'm still figuring it out myself. It's
Mm-hmm.
really hard to balance, especially like as you're a younger person, like you're kind of figuring out adulthood and then you're also trying to figure out your path and like
1,000%.
all this stuff. Yeah. And so it can be hard, really hard to balance. And personally I'm still trying to figure that out as well. But at this point I'm trying to like focus on my business because I feel like that's the thing that's gonna get me where I want to go. And as you said, like YouTube, Twitch, they're super saturated. And I feel like when it comes to like candle making, like you said, you was just like, oh, I ain't never met no like candle maker before.
Right.
um so that kind of gives me something that's like different. And so like especially this year I want to focus on growing that and go from there. But when it comes to balancing everything, it's just kind of figuring out what's important to you
Mhm.
and kind of running with that and like making time for everything, but knowing what you want to prioritize. Like, for example, I want to prioritize like YouTube, Instagram. So
Right.
I spend a lot of my time doing that. And then I want to prioritize my business. So I spend a lot of time like taking photos and like rather than doing other stuff because you want to get somewhere, you got to like do something. You can't try to spread yourself thin, you know? So,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah.
Yeah. Talking to the spread thin king. That's all
Mm,
I fucking do. Like, like they be like, yo, you cannot do this.
yeah.
Trust him to leave the bags under my eyes, tell a story. Uh,
Mm.
but but with with like starting content and let's talk about like the expansions that you want to do and kind of like the growth that you want to have. Um, me let's and kind of bring it full circle here. Going to events and conventions and things like that, like a DreamCon or this
Shout
and
out
the
to
third.
DreamCon.
Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
DreamCon. Shout out. We'll see you there in July.
Yes.
But how do you? What's your mindset walking into conventions like that? Because like for me, my mindset it's always to kind of connect and network in a sense of way because in sometimes though, like if I'm being honest, like the first time I went, it was fully that. Like the second time, it was definitely more just to kind of have fun, like enjoy my time,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And on both accounts, on a positive account and a negative account, because it can get, and I can 100% tell you, and as a YouTuber and a content creator yourself, you can feel this, or you can feel where I'm coming from. It does get a bit discouraging walking into a convention knowing like 4 out of 5 people do exactly what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody, like, I can't tell you the amount of times like I told them, like, oh yeah, oh you got a Twitch channel? Yeah, so do I. Or like you got a
Yeah.
YouTube channel? Yeah, so do I. You are a bit more unique. Of course, like they have the artist alley
Thanks.
and like you have seeing people who do synths and stuff like that, but you are a bit more
Mhm.
unique. So do you go into conventions and things like that with a certain mindset of growth or
So this is what I've been struggling with. But first of all, I want to say on like what you just said. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think
Mhm.
it's a good way to kind of like collaborate with people and
Yeah.
like spread your name
Trying to
into like
learn?
other little communities. Yeah. Even if they're like a smaller Twitch channel, like even then, like those people can like find out who you are and stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
That's a
And
fact.
yeah.
That's a fact.
And then also that whole, oh, you're unique by being you and stuff. That stuff be real. But
That
yeah,
shit,
so I
it do be
wouldn't
real.
think too hard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's like kind of corny people say that, like, oh,
Nah, but it's definitely
but
truth though. Like,
yeah. But as for conventions, this is something that I struggle with. DreamCon's my only convention I've been to, but I definitely want to go to more.
okay.
But definitely always go for fun. And I feel like that's kind of not what I should be doing. Like as like a business owner and like a content creator. Um, like first year completely just having fun. I
Yeah.
was honestly looking for Berlin, and I was like, take these candles, because that's when I was still testing my candles. So I had them for him. I'm like, let me find this man, and that was my like whole weekend.
Nah, they've been
So
in a
I
few
did have a little
videos.
bit
I
of
don't know
fun,
if you
but
saw them, but they've been in there.
oh
I've,
yeah.
I've seen because I bought them, so like I've seen them in the background of like either some of his Twitch streams or some of his if I can find the videos, I'm gonna send them to you, but they're definitely
Okay,
there. I've seen
thank
them.
you.
Like I was like, I know that candle. Like
Yeah, he supports me. I really appreciate him. Shout out to Berlin.
yeah, shout out to Berlin for
Um,
real.
yeah, amazing guy. But yeah, so when it came to that, that was really that weekend, that first year, and I did have a little bit of fun, but yeah. Next year, and also I didn't have as much money. I didn't know, that was my first time like actually like traveling for real.
Oh
So I didn't
word.
realize that you like needed money
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
especially like Artist Alley and like
DreamCon
all this
ain't
stuff. Like
cheap.
yeah, they want your pockets. But next year I was way better, and
And now this year
I
you gotta double the money because this shit gonna be in Austin.
yes.
Oh,
And I ain't never been to Austin, so it
you're
should
gonna
be a
love
lot
it.
of fun.
I love it.
But yeah. What was I gonna say? Okay, sorry, my brain.
Oh my bad.
So last year, right, DreamCon, and I went in there still wanting to have fun, but also, you know, at this point, I like fully launched my business and all this stuff, and I feel like I should have promoted it more. Like I was there, but I feel like I wasn't like there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like I was having fun, you know, people who know me, but I feel like even those people, they don't know I actually own a business, you know?
Yeah.
Unless they really like look into it and all that stuff. Part of me does like that, because then it's like you're actually like looking for me instead of me putting it in your face like, hey yo, I own a business, buy my stuff. Like, you know, like pestering them, you know? I never been the one who wants to do that.
Same.
But I feel like at the same time, it's good to like mention it and like put it out there, because if it is something that I want to grow, I have to put myself out there, even if I don't feel like I'm ready, or like, oh, like what if like this happens and then this person shout me out and then all of a sudden everybody wants candles and I don't have enough candles and everyone's gonna be mad, like where are the candles, and then they stop following me, and then they're like, I'm trying to get out of that mindset. Yeah. So regardless, it's good to have like put yourself out there. And I remember being around these people that like have more followers than me, and like they were like going behind, like, you know how, well, I don't know if you were over there, but like there's like the event, right? And then, or not an event, like a panel, and you go through like the back way, that's like where all the creators go and stuff, like so they can avoid the crowd. And so I got invited back there, but these were like people that I don't talk to regularly. So I didn't know if they was actually talking to me. And I'm like, so I just kind of stood there. My sister was like, why didn't you go with them? They invited you. And I ended up like, a guy ended up coming back for me. And then like, he was like, let's go. And I was like, oh, okay. So I did it. But then that made me think, I'm like, why do I like feel like this? Cause like, I didn't like think that I was like in or like good enough, or like, you know, like I shouldn't be going back there. Like I'm not a creator for real, but like I am. And it's just like, I think that has something to do with it. Like you gotta have that confidence, like put yourself out there. I think that's important.
That's super important. And it's funny, and just to know, I understand, I actually had the same exact situation at last DreamCon too. Shout out to one of my inspirations, Story Mode Bay. Shout out to her.
Per.
You know what I'm saying? Per, period. Period. But but yeah, like she was like, and it's crazy because like there was like, so she invited me to, you know, to walk with her and stuff like that, and it was dope, and we were just having conversation and cool. But she went to when RDC and Easy Gang had their big VIP event. She went just to like go in and like check it out. Like she like went in there. I think you were in there. You were actually VIP. I wasn't. But like she went in there and she was like, Mark, you want to come in and, you know, say hi and everybody? And I was like, I froze. And like I didn't go, and I was like, that would have been a dope moment, like to go in and like, you know, because it would have been a cool look at least, you know. And I didn't do it. And that's one of the things I kind of like regret, but it's like, it's funny because like last year my mindset wasn't on content creation. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
on networking. It wasn't on content creation. It was really
Yeah.
just on like having fun and stuff like that. So like I wasn't in that mindset. But now this year, and I'm not saying like I'm gonna get that chance again or anything like that. That could have been
Mhm.
a once in like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put it on anybody to, give me the handout. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
I think that's important.
right, but like
No expectations.
1,000%, and I felt the exact same way. I was like, because there was a moment like in me freezing where I was like, I don't think I'm big enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
it was like, why you think that? So that's definitely like that was definitely a big thing. Even at I almost had the same thing at the Belize, but I kind of like snapped out of it. Because at the Belize ball, shout out to Belize again.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
like
Sorry.
I no 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 no.
It was a really good event.
No, it was such a good event. And I really do hope he do another one
For
sometime.
sure.
But it was such a good event, and like I got invited to go to the little balcony portion.
Nice.
And I went, and it was cool because and it was crazy because when I did go in there, like I saw other content creators and they knew me. And that was like a
Nice.
big feeling. All right, it was such a big feeling.
Yeah.
So like just to bring that back to you, and that's just me saying that to understand like exactly where you're coming from, where like there's moments where you're like, am I might not be
Am
good
I
enough for that.
actually her? Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, and I'm like, so there's always challenges with confidence. And with DreamCon coming up and in
Hmm.
other, moments and things like that. But what is your game plan that you want to focus on now?
When it comes to prepping for DreamCon, for sure, I want to go in there more confident, and I think also that has to do with like being more consistent.
Mm,
Because I've been trying to like think about like how can I be more confident as like a content creator, and to me that means like being on my shit and being like,
back.
oh yeah, like I'm consistent and I'm doing my thing. That helps me be more confident. But other than that, as like a person, just like not being afraid to like be a part of stuff. Cause like honestly, like for example, at the ball in California,
Hmm.
like we was chilling with RDC. Like was it? We chilled with RDC a couple times, but like it was like either bowling or like karaoke. We was like doing karaoke with Tokyo Sama and Ben and Lizzie and all this
Word.
stuff, and like playing bowling with Dez and stuff like
Word.
that.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I like all shy and stuff? I've been around these people before, but it's just when it actually comes down to the nitty gritty of it, it's like you start to get a little bit too close. Like you actually know my name, what I do, and all this stuff. Like that's just something to get over. But
I feel that.
I I'm down to like just be me. I think that's what it is. Like sometimes I feel like I'd be afraid to be me, or just people in general be afraid to like take up space. I heard Lizzo say this, like just being like so small and like wanting
Yeah.
to not do too much, but I just want to be me, take up all the space I want to, and just like, what's up, y'all?
There it
Like,
is.
just being
Right.
there.
Right.
So that's the mindset that I'm going into DreamCon with. Hey, y'all. That's it.
I fuck with that. No, I completely agree. Like it's weird. Like my mindset. I have inspirations. Like
For sure.
some of these like content creators, like they are inspiration to me. Like shout out to RDC, shout out to Easy Gang, some bros,
Facts.
and many others. But it's weird. Like I've always had the mindset where I don't look up to them as like fan supporter creator. I look at them as just peers. Like you're on the same
Yeah.
platform I'm on. I do content, you do content. I best you're just a really good coworker to me. You know what I mean?
Mm. That's fun.
Um,
That's kind of cool to look at, though. I
right?
kind of look at them as like they cool. They're
Right.
people.
Yeah,
I feel
like they're
like it
cool
puts a lot
P.
of pressure on it to be like, oh, he's such this big content creator, da 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 da.
Right.
Like, and honestly, I don't even look at like that. I look at like the vibes, and like I think that's also why I go into DreamCon the way I do. It's just like
Yeah.
vibes, like, oh yeah, Ben cool, JoJo cool, Berlin cool.
Right.
Like, it's just like they're just niggas.
Thank you. They just niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's one thing that like I noticed. We gonna get into the topic. That's one thing I noticed about like my first experience at DreamCon, my second experience at DreamCon from outside perspective, vastly different. And I want to get your take on that too. Like it was cool seeing like the first DreamCon where it's like the first one I went to, which was the second one overall. It was cool seeing like you could see like them in the hallways and stuff like that. And then the second one, they were a little bit more absent in the hallways. You know, they were kind of going in the back routes, which is fine.
Yeah.
But what I noticed was the people, like to me, I always think the second one, like the first one that I went to the one where they were kind of walking around was a lot more, the energy was a lot better because you were able to see them in the hallways a bit more than the last one. That like they were kind of in the back because I felt so many people were looking for them.
Oh my gosh. It had me questioning if I wanted to be a creator.
Yeah.
Because like there were a lot of people like just like I'm gonna stalk them at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
and that creeped me out. Like
yeah.
that creeped me out because and also it made me kind of like the energy was kind of a bit disappointing because of that. Not because of them, but because like people kept looking for them. So it's like nobody else gave anybody else the time of day if you wasn't RDC or Easy Gang or anything like that. So like
Yeah.
going into it and wanting to network or wanting to grow, people were like, yeah. We'll talk later. I gotta Berlizzi's at this event. I'm gonna see him try to walk in the halls and stuff like that. Or like
Yeah.
RDC is moving from this panel to this panel, and I gotta run over there and get. And it was like,
Yeah.
that's not what it's about. You know,
Facts.
that's not what they made it for. They didn't make it a follow convention. Like you're supposed to
Yeah.
grow and network and have fun and talk. And it was like if the bigger creators weren't in that space, no one else was there.
Right.
And that felt so weird to me. And like I really hope with the next one that like with the mindset that we're talking about going in there with, we have the situation to be that, you know what I'm saying? And it's not people just trying to run past us just to follow the bigger creators, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to get like your take on that. Like do you feel about like the difference of your experiences at DreamCon?
So for sure, I definitely agree with you. And I want to clarify something just in case you do use it. Like when I was looking for Berlin, when I had the candles that first year, I wasn't pressing it. Yeah.
That was
and also,
yeah.
I was like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And
Right.
I just like let it happen. Because I actually met him like as we were both leaving. Like we kind of just like ran into each other.
Right.
So I feel like there's a way to go about it, you know? Like, and also they're not the end all be all. You know, I love y'all. RDC, Berlin, Easy Gang, some bros, Kingmaker even. Like I love y'all. But they're not the end all be all. Like if you're looking for them, I mean, half the time also there's so many people coming up to them. Half the time you're just gonna get a hey, what's up? Take a picture. It's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be.
Right.
Respectfully. And so, respectfully. But I think it's important not to overlook like the smaller creators or like, just people in general. Like just see who you vibe with.
You could be walking past the next Berlin and you'll be pissed.
Right.
You'll be pissed.
People be so like, oh, I want what some bros have, or oh, I want what RDC have, like as in like that relationship or type bond or whatever. You could be finding that at DreamCon. But you're just overlooking it because you're chasing Berlin, who got like 10,000 people behind him.
Right.
And so it's like you trying to, hey, over here. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not it.
It's
So
not it. And you're exactly right, because like it just brings it to the point where it's like you don't know the next big creator that you're not giving the time of day.
yeah,
You know what I'm
and you
saying?
don't know the magic you could create with somebody else too.
Right.
Like you
Right.
could.
Y'all
There's
could
so many
be the next
possibilities.
RDC world by just meeting at DreamCon and being like, yeah, we work really well together. Like, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But either way, back I'll tell you. So, but no, that I just really like because I know like I said in the beginning, like I know we had the honor to meet like in person at a convention. So I always wanted to kind of talk to you about like
Yeah,
your experience there and bring
I
that
think that's
into
like
your
the best way to
mindset.
meet somebody. Like
A thousand
the
percent.
internet stuff. Oh my gosh, and this is something I want to talk to you about.
No,
But
talk it.
like the internet stuff is just like it can get crazy and like people. Okay, so this I didn't know all this when
Uh
I was like I'm like a little baby creator like
oh.
internet. I'm like, y'all people be insane sometimes. And
Insane.
it scared me, honestly. Like
Insane.
people can be so weird and then like, there's like reputations that you have to hold and like people who know other people, but then you're weird and then this other person's weird and it's like, oh, I don't
Right.
want to be associated with
And
that. And
people picking
what do you
sides.
think about that?
Nasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Nasty.
And like what is your perspective on it? Like,
Ooh.
do you okay, let me say it like this.
I'll do it. Yeah.
At this point, I don't interact with people as much on the internet because it kind of like it gives me a bad taste. I want to like kind of stay away from it.
Yeah. That's a good ass question, and I thank you for that. My perspective on that, to be honest, is hard to not generalize, right? Like it's really hard. Like you get one or two bad apples, and you like, I'm done with you, internet niggas. Like y'all niggas is
Literally.
weirdos. I'm done. Like I've definitely had some bad apples that came in my community thinking we were closer than we were. Like I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like there's to me there's boundaries and levels. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like if you just watch me on YouTube or you just watch me on Twitch and like we don't have like a rapport, don't
Mm-hmm.
message me out the blue and be like, what should I eat for dinner, bro? I don't give a
Right.
fuck. Like, like don't talk to me. And it's not that I
Yeah.
don't appreciate you or appreciate your support or appreciate you watching, but there's a comfortability that, hey, let's not get too comfortable or don't try to be over comfortable with me right away. Right? We can get to
Yeah.
that level where you can hit me up and be like, yo, what should I eat for dinner? I'll be like, well, you better get some pizza. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, and but if it's like you never spoke in my chat or you never
Mhm.
commented on YouTube or you don't follow me on Instagram or you're not in my Discord or nothing like that, and then all of a sudden out the blue you follow me and then you're like, yo, best friend,
Right. It's like chill.
who are you talking to me?
Right. Who are you?
Who are you? You know,
Yeah.
and parasocial is such an issue nowadays more than ever. And it's
Literally.
scary. You know, I've definitely had
Yeah.
scary moments myself, and I'm not even that big of a creator, and that's the
Mm.
crazy part. So I know the more I grow,
Yeah.
the crazier that's gonna get. And same with you, unfortunately, and especially, you know, I get it much less than you would get it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, as a black woman, you're gonna get it a lot. You're gonna get a lot more creeps than I ever gonna get, and I got creeps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's an unfortunate thing. But like how I do look at it to really like answer your question, I do take it as a blank slate. I'd never want to general because some people, like you said, like if you have that mentality, you could be missing out on a cool bond. You know, somebody could
True.
come up like actually genuinely want to work with you or want to have that bond with you creatively, and that could become a budding friendship. You know, and I look at
Right.
that too, where like some bros for some like most of them met online. You know, I think PG was uh Berlizzi's editor at one point, and then they got
Mm.
closer and closer, and now look at both of them. You know, JoJo was a
Right.
person that they met video game, and now look at them. You know, so I never want to. I give everybody a clean slate, and I never want to dismiss people who could have that genuine bond. But when it gets weird, it gets cut. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
That's a good way to go about it.
yeah. That's how I think
And
about it.
this is something I did want to mention too, because I feel you. I had to kind of learn that, like, okay, just because somebody buys my candle doesn't mean I have to be best friends with them, or just
1,000%.
because we talk in a Twitch chat doesn't mean I have to follow them back and we have to be all close and stuff. Like, because
1,000%.
that's kind of something I did in the beginning, and then I kind of just got into situations because of that. You got to kind of get to know people first and see if it's
Yeah,
actually
kinda.
bond. Yeah,
Look at him.
vet them out a little bit.
You gotta
Who are you for
let me
real?
let me like you know what my Sharon gone for this one right here. Like this one is like a little weird.
Right.
So I want to know what's next. Like business owner, entrepreneur, content creator. Do you plan to blend a lot? Like, do you plan to blend like that a lot more? Do you plan to kind of blend both worlds a lot more? Do you plan to keep them separate? And how do you plan on like growing them together as you grow?
So I've been thinking about this as well because there's Nicole Lajae and then
Got it.
there's Alviana.
Yep.
I treat them as two separate entities because it's obviously like an actual business. So
Right.
I do treat them separately. And moving forward, I think I am going to try to like integrate them a little bit more, and like to where it's like there's a flow for both. Like both are being posted on, both are being like consistent and stuff. And sometimes, okay, I had this idea, and I don't think this is a crazy idea, so I'm not afraid to say it. But like for example, like doing makeup looks that make me think of my scents or something like that, like a way to kind of combine the two. Yeah.
Hold on, that's
like,
fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
okay.
Just thinking of things that can make both make sense together, But yeah, definitely want to grow my business. Sorry, my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hello.
Mark says hello. So sorry, I lost my train of thought. But growing Nicole Lajae and like trying to see what more I can do. Whether it's like, I know someone had mentioned to me room sprays, maybe doing that.
That'd be cool,
Like
yeah.
I'm bringing back my wax melts soon. I don't know when it's coming out, but it's either already gonna be out or it's about to come out.
A little car joint.
Oh, let me show you. Actually, let me show you. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh. I cut it. I cut it.
How embarrassing.
No. That I cut it. I promise.
If it's funny, you can keep it in.
Okay. Let me. I'll watch it back. That'd be funny.
Okay. So, wax melts. I just made these like the other day. So I want those to come out soon. And then I don't know if this is possible, but I'm just gonna put it out in the universe. I want to like make like merch or something. I don't know how that's gonna work exactly, but like I think a Nicole Lajae hat would be cool.
That'd be hot.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of colors based off your scents and stuff. That'd be cool.
Right. So
That'll work.
What I can do. That's like my goal, honestly, just to like see what I can do.
That'll work. That'll work. That's fine.
Thank you.
That's heat. Yeah, no, that's heat. And no, I think that's kind of really cool that how you're looking to flow both of them and be consistent with both of them. Consistency is such a power move in any type of business or content creation or anything of that nature. It's literally like the main move. Yeah, it's the biggest hurdle. It's the biggest hurdle, but it is the biggest reward too.
Yes.
And I think that's incredible. Now I noticed like you do seasonal drops.
Yes.
Right? What makes you, is that like a timing thing, or is that like a vibe thing, like, or is that a bit of both? Like why do you do like, here's fall scents and here's summer scents and stuff like that? Because I kind of love that, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like, damn, I kind of want one of them summer scents again, but it was gone. I was like, damn. I gotta wait till next summer to get new scents or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's such a cool thing because it does make it unique. Like it's like, oh, you missed the lemon scent, my nigga? Like that shit was fire. Like,
Right.
next fall and be like, y'all niggas didn't get the marshmallow pumpkins, and I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? That shit was
Right.
hate. So like, what made you kind of go that route?
So basically, to all my aspiring business owners,
What up?
what I did was I looked at the competition basically. And it's not like you want to bite off people's what they got going on, but it's good to see what works for people and what you can like kind of, take a little bit of. So I saw people were doing like seasonal scents, like people have like the spring and the fall and the summer. And I was like, okay, and I think that's a good way to go about it. A new drop every couple months. Like the people who are like loyal and like always like are waiting for the new drop, that gives them something new to kind of
Yeah.
snack on a little bit.
Yeah.
And then like I also have like the core collection that stays all year. I think that it's good when like the summer scents sell out, because then like, and also, okay, let me start my brain going everywhere, but it makes it special to me when it's like, oh yeah, like for example, shout out to Brit. She has like every one of my candles. I think that's something special because not
Right.
everyone has every one of my candles,
Right. I bought a 3-pack every time.
Yeah, so I think it's special for you to like be like one of the few people who have like fall scents or like
Right.
summer. I think that's special, and I think that's a good way to keep people interested. So that's why I do it. And also I saw other people do it.
I fucks with that. From there, I do want to get into just a little pivot here. I do want to get in like, what is your, like dealing with the ups and downs of a business and content creation, right? That's a handle on both. Like, what is your, like, how's your mental health and balance in that, and with your regular life, and how's your support group, with that? Like, what do you do to kind of anchor yourself, or, make sure your mental health is okay, your emotional health is okay, your physical health is okay? Because trust and believe, doing all of that, time starts to eat at you.
Literally.
So, you know what I mean? So, like, how do you, as a person, how do you deal with that, just as a human?
So what I do a lot of like writing. I'm very much to myself sort of person. So I really like, when it comes to like mental health and like coping and all that stuff, it's very like, it's an eternal process. I write a lot, and I tend to be my own therapist. That kind of sounds stupid, but like I just like go through my own emotions.
Yeah.
Like, okay, why am I feeling like this, or stuff like that. But outside of that, I do have like, y'all keep me going. Like you and everyone else who buys candles and like has words of encouragement. Honestly, have a album in my like phone of the screenshots of like nice things people said to me, just so I can look back on it and like be like, okay, cool. Yeah, this is why you're doing it. Like, stay focused and all that stuff. Cause like life be lifing, and like,
yeah.
As a young person who's trying to figure out where she's going, but I actually have a good idea where I'm going now, so that's good. But I'm also cleaning up the mistakes of the past as I'm going where I want to go.
Oh yeah.
So it can be a lot, and sometimes I get stressed out, and it's like, especially as like budding content creators, you're not really making money just yet. So you have to stress out about like having, whether it's like a full-time job or multiple jobs, like having to worry about that as well, and just making sure you stay focused. That's like the biggest thing. So actually, like my ex and like his mom really helped me be the woman that I am, where it's just like I just stay focused and like,
shout out to that
First
time I ever said that in my life.
It didn't fine, so it's just like, yeah. But it was like all throughout high school, so he's a big part of like my development, as weird as that might sound. But they really taught me to be like who I am, and like just keeping that mindset. My mindset is like very strong, which is good.
That's good. Especially
with like what I'm trying to pursue. Just staying focused, manifesting, and being like putting in the work. and having y'all to support me and like, even sometimes it's like a random sale or something. I'm like, oh, y'all think about me, and it keeps me going. So stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my family too. Blah blah blah. Friends, cool.
Hell yeah. Half my friends and family bought your candles.
Oh.
No, I was like, you gotta smell these candles. My mom comes in. My mom was like, she came over one time and she was like, what's that is? I was like, aha.
That's so powerful. I'm realizing how powerful that is. I'm just so thankful.
Hell yeah. So I do these last 2 segments here, and definitely want to get your take on this. So the next segment is kind of similar to just kind of an encompass of different questions here, but for more detail, I guess. And you don't have to share secret plans or nothing like that, but what is next for you content wise, and what is next for you business wise?
Content wise, I want to like keep posting on like my personal pages, doing makeup, if I get some money, fashion, stuff like that. I think that'll be fun. And yeah, the bigger focus is the business. For that, I'm just trying to make sure that I stay consistent with the content and also like the stock. Because as I'm, growing and stuff, there should be
supply and demand.
More stock.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So focusing on that a lot and just, being creative, trying to come up with new scents, new ways to get myself out there and push myself, out of my box. A little bubble.
Okay. I fucks with that. And for the last segment, usually throughout our time as people and being in our own thoughts and stuff like that, we stay detrimentally humble sometimes. It's always good to be humble, but to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think that's the dumbest advice people can give. I hate that advice. I don't think people should be humble at all. Like, I don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think people should always big themselves up. People should always, mention, and talk big of themselves. Like, if somebody ever tells you to be humble, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of me being humble on the shit that I'm doing?
It's giving they're insecure.
Yeah.
It's giving you're mad.
Yeah, you seem upset.
Yeah, bothered.
And so I always think that's the dumbest advice. So for me, in this segment and in this show, I do a segment called Talk Your Shit, where I want you unfiltered, I don't just overhype, super be in your confidence and talk your shit about the things that you have accomplished, whether as a person, business owner, content creator, whatever. But I want you to really sit and think about what you have accomplished and really talk that shit with bravado. So talk your shit.
Okay, get into I'm that girl persona.
Okay,
huh?
Okay.
Okay, so it's been over a year since Nicole Lajae launched, 21 with no kids,
I'm hype you
doing
up,
the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Gang.
Not to, well, you said not. You said I could brag.
To brag.
Okay. This is big for me personally. I don't know. Well, see, look at me just talking, like trying to downplay it.
I'm going to buzzer you every time you try to humble. Like,
netted over 1,000 sales. I think it's like dang near like 3,000 from Nicole Lajae.
Okay.
Growing. I'm honestly afraid to pay myself. It's kind of a thing, but like Nicole Lajae's been making money,
What it is. What it is.
Been doing her thing or whatever. What else? I have like 500 followers on Instagram. That's nice.
Okay.
Talk
to
YouTube over 100.
Talk to
growing, learning, all that stuff. I was in my little scholar era, but I honestly dropped that out of college. I'm gonna give that some time. But I was in my little scholar bag or whatever. Yeah, literally. honest, I don't know what to say.
No,
But yeah, that's about it.
Bo, keep it down, keep that going.
Skin clear, working out in the gym or whatever.
Talk to him. Health right, mind right.
Health right, mind right.
Come on
Mind's beautiful, strong mindset.
You go. And as a Black woman, that's fucking important.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So, just bigger and better things.
That's what I'm talking about.
2023, my year.
Walk up in that bitch with confidence. That's what I was talking about. On my 2020
like
me.
That.
You feel me? Like, no.
What about you? I'm really curious what you have to say.
Oh wow. I'm about to be a hypocrite. It's like nah.
Nah, talk about it.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, okay. I haven't done this before.
Looking healthy. Let's go.
Yes, healthy, long hair growth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Skin healthy, working out, mind
Your
right.
skin looks amazing.
Thank you so much. Oh yeah, my skincare routine is it took a long time. I'm 30, so it took a long time. I'm 30 looking 20.
Oh yeah.
But I think like no, I'm a brag. I gotta brag. You're right.
Brag.
You're right.
Talk about it.
Over 300 subscribers on YouTube. Got over 11,000 views. Over 850 followers on Twitch. I get a Twitch check monthly. You feel me? Okay.
That's what we like to hear.
I'm a designer for a pretty big company. I'm a 6-figure man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We love to see it.
Shout out to some of my inspirations that I looked up to. They follow me and they like my content. Shout out Berleezy. He follows me on Twitch. Shout out Story Mode Bay. Things like that. Content creators that I, watched when I was in my inspiring field. They know me by name now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, same for me too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was such a full circle moment when Berlin had actually ordered something. I was like, okay.
You see what I'm
saying?
Circle. Full fucking circle, and yeah, I was live when he followed me,
nice.
And I was like, what a full fucking circle moment. And I was like, and it's cool because now I show him love if he taps in my stream. He shows me love when I tap in his. He knows me by my username. He knows me by name.
Yeah.
And okay. Then and there we go. I'm moving soon.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Moving to Texas.
Texas. I kind of want to move to Texas.
Texas is kind of lit.
It seemed like the wave.
Because for content creators, it kind of seemed like a little bit of the wave. So I was like, let me move down there.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, talk. I might little talk my shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and my Per-Sception series. This series right here, almost 30 episodes, and people are now asking me to be on the show, and I think that's
honored.
Fucking people are actually honored. People are asking me, yo, I gotta get on your Per-Sception, we gotta talk. And that's a full circle moment too. I remember the first 5 episodes was just me getting my friends, my real life friends, liking just you who does things and me talking to them. But now it's like I'm big content creators like, yo, when we doing an episode? I'm like, I'm still 300 subscriber on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But
that's beautiful.
I think that's dope.
Yeah. And also I want to say this. Shout out to JoJo.
Shout out to JoJo.
Because he shouted me out on stream, so I can't mention someone else and not mention him.
Shout out to JoJo. JoJo's my boy. Shout out to JoJo. Guy. For real. Shout out to PG, shout out to all of them, yo. Shout out to the RDC, and what I do want to say before we wrap up, what I do want to say is we will be guests at one of the DreamCon. We gonna make that happen. And if this Austin one is the one we gotta walk in and really network and grow and get our shit so we could be invited as guests in the next one, it's gonna happen.
That would be an amazing opportunity. So
no. It is an amazing opportunity because it's gonna happen. And to you, thank you so much for tuning, for being a guest on my
Thank you for
perception
having
episode.
me.
Of course. And I truly, I support you. Since we met, I was like, I gotta buy the candles. I supported you since. I will always continue to support you.
Mm,
I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning into the streams. I'll be seeing
of
you in there.
course. Even if
That's
I'm
dope.
lurking, you know.
Yeah, that's dope. And but no, I really do appreciate you.
Mhm.
And thank you for joining the
You're welcome.
perception.
Thank you. I think you are a talented man, and I'm excited to see what you do.
Thank you. Oh yeah,
So
we both go grow.
watching.
We go be seeing
Yeah.
it.
I cannot wait to see you at DreamCon.
Oh my god, yeah. You bringing the fro back? I was like, whoa, where's
Oh.
my iconic fro at?
She got the braids right now. I think I am. I was honestly debating it, and then okay.
That fro's iconic. That fro's iconic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But cut it. I'm not sure if I should deal with my afro during that whole week of craziness, because then I'm gonna have to like the candles. But I think I am gonna bring an afro.
Nah,
so, yeah,
that fro's iconic. That fro's iconic. Like
Brittany told me, it's just afro, it's like candles. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't get your
So I feel
NDRE
like it's
on.
only right.
Like you wanna do your fucking shit.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
You know what I'm saying? But we're back. But I do want to say thank you so much. And I really appreciate you. And we get to look back at these episodes later in years when we're much bigger and be like, damn, everything I said in here, I done.
Yeah.
And I think that's dope. This is a little diary for creators, so they can look back and be like, okay, yeah, I did do some of this and I did do this, and oh wow, this did happen because of this. And it's kind of a way to speaking it out loud and kind of manifesting that. But also, kind of have a dope time with a cool person as well. So I appreciate you.
Beautiful.
And to y'all, all the links will be in the description to Alviana's content, to Nicole Lajae's
check me out.
business. Y'all go get some goddamn candles seriously before these fall scents run out, because let me tell you something, this one right here, this one right here, that's my shit. Oh my god. It's always hard for me to tell which one I want to light first, because I do one at a time, like, so yeah. I'm like but y'all, all the links will be in the description. Thank y'all for tuning into Perception, and y'all know how I'm about to end it. Once again, I am RenaMarq, your modern Renaissance content creator, friendly neighborhood content creator, and I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.